From Cheater's surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue. Coming up on this episode of Cheaters.
It's my younger brother, Chris. It's pretty tough information to take in right now.
No, absolutely.
My wife!
Stop!
My own brother!
Stop! Get off!
Reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Detective Agency's Private Eyes on Cheaters.
Darin Gaffney is an entrepreneur who suspects his wife of stepping out with other men. Darin, seeking the truth, brings his inquiries to the specialists. I'm Clark Gable, and this is Cheaters.
Part of it may be my fault, a lot. I've been working a lot more lately. I just don't get to be at home as much as I used to be in the beginning. And I'm doing it for her, I'm doing it for us.
Jennifer Gaffney, age 29, an esthetician suspected of providing cosmetic services to other men. Soon after the briefing at headquarters, investigators spot the suspect, Jennifer Gaffney, as she gets into her vehicle and pulls out of the driveway. After a brief pursuit, the suspect turns into the parking lot of a downtown watering hole. Once parked, she exits her car and enters the establishment.
I sense a little more hostility on normal arguments that would normally be over in a minute. I sense a lot more hostility from her, and her attitude has changed quite a bit.
Operatives follow Jennifer, discovering her already sitting at a table with an unknown male. They chat for a while, his arm wrapped around her in a comfortably familiar fashion. The pair seem to be rather close as the unknown man pulls Gaffney for a tight hug. She responds in kind by sliding her arm around his waist.
I try to do for my wife, as any man wants to for theirs. I really try to make her feel like a queen, and it seems like when I go out of my way to do extra things, roses or, dinners or whatever, I don't get that smile that I used to get, or, it's almost, it goes unappreciated, it seems like.
After a while, the companion escorts Jennifer to her vehicle. They hug and kiss next to her car before deciding to get comfortable inside the vehicle. Then they continue where they left off. Sometime later, the male gets out, letting Gaffney drive home to a forlorn Darin.
She's gonna have to, step up, show me that she really cares about me, show me that she wants to make this relationship work. Because right now, lately, I feel like she doesn't even want to try anymore. I don't want this marriage to end. I want us to get counseling if that's what we need. I want to work on it, but I've got to figure out why she's acting like this.
Investigation Day 9. Using the schedule provided by Darin, Cheaters operatives follow the suspect from her place of employment. Shortly after arriving at a parking garage in the Uptown area, Gaffney is seen on the phone, presumably with her new friend. She walks to the street and is tailed to an upscale bar. Once detectives enter the place, they spot Gaffney at the bar, accompanied by the man from previous surveillance, now identified as Chris Gaffney, none other than the client's younger brother. As their drinks arrive, Gaffney pulls out folded papers. She shows them to her brother-in-law. He smiles as he peruses the papers. Gaffney then leans over and kisses her husband's brother. She hugs him tightly, and he hands the papers back. Sometime later, agents catch sight of the loving duo as they walk hand in hand back to the suspect's vehicle. They pause a moment by the trunk to smooch. Finally, Darin's brother releases his grip on Darin's wife. He leaves while Gaffney climbs into her car for the ride back home to her husband. Investigation Day 11. Once again, after sundown, spotters positioned around Darin and the suspect's home note Gaffney leaving the domicile. After a short chase through town, she turns into a parking lot. Gaffney quickly gets out of the car and races to the sidewalk. Her companion meets her there. After a clutching hug, the two have an animated discussion, Gaffney waving her hands in apparent anger. Darin's brother also becomes visibly upset. It's rather ironic that the two are up in arms when it's Darin who should be upset, as shown in this recorded phone conversation.
Hello. Hey there, what are you doing? Nothing, just working. Well, I just got home. We spent a long day. I don't want to talk to you tonight. I was going to start dinner here in a little bit. I don't think tonight's going to be a good night. I'm going to end up closing the bar tonight. You're always taking that shit. It just seems like every time, the last few nights, I'm trying to catch you, and you're not home. You did have opposite schedules. We'll get it straight now. I'll see you later. All right, sweetie. Love you.
Realizing that Gaffney spends the night at her brother-in-law's residence, Cheater's PIs return to headquarters to compile the report for Darin. Coming up, the confrontation.
With Gaffney's secret agenda discovered, Cheaters approaches Darin to reveal his wife's dastardly deeds. As his imagination runs rampant, Darin knows down deep he deserves to discover the truth.
Darin, how are you doing this evening?
I'm okay.
All right, man. Well, I just want to tell you thanks for coming out here. I know you've not had any sleep. You've been up all night. Tell me a little bit about the situation.
It's been a situation. My wife served me with divorce papers last night. I called you guys because I had suspected a few things going on. I'm not real sure what's going on here, but obviously you have me here now. You need to tell me something, I believe.
Absolutely, man. I have to tell you a lot of different things, so let's just get right into it.
Okay.
On this day of investigation, we are outside of your residence. Sometime later, Jennifer emerges. She gets into her vehicle, and our detectives follow her. A short time later, she arrives at this bar. She then gets out of her vehicle and walks inside. We then get this next shot of her sitting with another male at the bar.
It's my younger brother, Chris.
That's your younger brother?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Chris, okay. So we have Chris and Jennifer sitting at the bar. They're conversing back and forth. He's got his arm around her chair. They embrace for a hug, and a little while later, exit together holding hands. Chris then proceeds to open the door for her and nonchalantly walks to the passenger side, gets in. After a few moments of talking, he begins to make out with your wife. A short kiss later, he gets out of the vehicle, and Jennifer returns home for the evening.
It's pretty tough information to take in right now.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I completely understand that. We'll finish this up quickly. On this day of investigation, we are outside of your residence. That's when our detectives had mentioned they heard some shouting, yelling, said that there was possibly a fight. That's when Jennifer, we see her running out in a hurry and jumping in her vehicle. Was that the night that you guys had gotten in the altercation?
This was last night over the divorce papers.
She arrives at a parking lot, walking quickly. She meets up with Chris. They embrace for some time. Chris puts his hands up with a gesture of what happened. That's when we see Jennifer go through her story.
You're sleeping with my wife. I can't believe either one of them right now. I'm so pissed off right now.
So after walking around in a couple circles and a few different hugs of consoling, Chris then proceeds to explain a couple more things, gives Jennifer one last hug. Our detectives follow them, and they arrive at what I'm presuming to be Chris's residence.
Yeah, that's his apartment.
They walk inside together hand in hand, and she stays there for the evening. So at this point, man, why don't we get in the vans? I'll call my detective on the way, and we'll see what's been going on at their location.
Yeah, let's finish this.
All right, right this way. Hey, what's going on, detective? Okay. All right, excellent. I'll let him know. Thanks, detective. Bye. Chris got to your house an hour ago. He went inside. Yes. Went inside and proceeded to converse, and our detective outside said the lights went off after about 30 minutes. So my best guess is they're in the bedroom. So we're pretty much gonna, you know the layout of your house, I'm sure, the back of your hand. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna let you go in first and we'll follow. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right, man, this is your place. There's our detective.
Everybody out, everybody out, everybody out.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Do anything in your pockets you don't want to worry about breaking?
No.
Security? My wife? My own wife? What the? My own wife? What the? You? My own wife? What the? Jennifer?
Hey, someone grab
Jennifer? This?
Stop!
My own
Stop!
brother?
Stop! Just
My
stop!
own brother?
No! Stop!
This is bullshit.
Find out like
This is bull.
Darren, what the?
I can't believe you, Chris.
Darren,
This
what?
is my wife.
Dude,
Stop.
My
come on,
wife.
man. Sure. No.
Get the out!
Come on.
Get out!
Get the
Get out!
no.
Stop!
Security! Don't let him go upstairs.
No.
Anything to say? Why would you do this to your husband?
I served him the papers. We're done. Like,
You served him the papers.
I served him the papers, but this is our divorce. Like, we're done.
Coming up, the conclusion.
It's my younger brother, Chris.
That's your younger brother?
Yeah.
Security. My wife.
I served him the papers, but this is our divorce. Like, we're done.
What the hell? What is this?
What do you do? What is this?
You wait.
This is
I
my
thought you were
life.
out of town.
You're my blood.
What?
It's my wife.
No, dude. Just look. No, man. No, dude. I just came over here to just hang out, and there's nothing going on. I don't know
Nothing going on?
No, I don't know what
You're
the
my bed.
What are you trying to? What? Like, there's nothing
My
going
bedroom.
on.
My bedroom.
There's nothing going on.
But you were cheating on him with his
I was
brother.
not cheating. This is not supposed to.
You weren't cheating on him at all?
No, it never. No, it never.
So if I was, it never happened at all.
No, not before I served him the fucking papers.
There's nothing going on, man.
Get away from me, dude.
Dude, there's nothing going.
You better just
Dude,
get away
no, there's
from me.
nothing.
Came over. He was consoling me. This is just.
So days before these papers were served, you never hung out with this man?
No, there is
As
nothing.
Kissed
family,
him, or
yes.
maybe went out to dinner, had some drinks?
No.
Just get away
There's
from me.
nothing.
You sure about that?
Man.
Stop. Stop.
No.
With you,
Everything's okay.
I'm done.
No,
Look,
look, dude.
this was just yesterday. This was yesterday.
Come on,
It's
man.
nothing.
No,
It's not fair. Like, you gave
fair.
up so
Come on, that's
long
not fair.
ago.
You cheated on him.
seriously?
I don't even want you anymore.
Chris,
My
All I
brother,
wanted to
my
do.
brother. God.
Darren, come on, man, come on.
Don't come
you know
on
I
me.
would. You know I would never do.
What are you
anything.
doing in your
You know
underwear?
I never do anything.
What are you doing in your underwear?
No, I would
Stop
never
it.
do that.
It's over between us. Just stop. Just stop.
Why couldn't you?
All I wanted was my hand to be held. I just want to be kissed.
What? Because I worked. I mean, good God, I'm always gone. Yeah, trying to help you to get
You
us.
have just been my friend, and that's
This is
all
what you
you've
do
ever
while
been.
I'm
That's
gone.
all you've ever
This is
given
what
me.
you do while I'm gone.
No, this is not. No.
Yeah. I don't care. Take what you need. Take your.
No.
Take your.
This is my. You go.
No, it's not
You get the
anymore.
f- outta
No,
here.
because look what I have. I have proof of this. When this goes to court,
Doesn't matter.
I'll win
you
this.
already signed the papers.
This doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is my
I
house.
believe the papers don't mean anything when you're caught red-handed.
Yeah, you hear that? See, when you have this will not
It
be your house.
doesn't
I was
matter.
going to be nice.
You
and give you
already
the house. I was
the
going to
papers.
be You don't need to be in here.
No,
You don't need to be in here.
Security.
I told you that it's not your house anymore.
You don't need to be in here. Look, this is my house.
You can sign that.
You don't need to be here.
Are you really trying to come over here and take your husband's house from you?
It's our house. We
It's
both
not
put-
our house anymore because you cheated on him with his brother when you were
It
married.
doesn't matter. He still wasn't with me. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct.
Come on, let's go.
He don't need to be here. Neither one of them need to be here.
Let's go.
You guys are gonna go back inside?
This is our house. It's not his.
Better let me in. Better let me in. This is my house.
Count of 3, and it's gonna come in.
Better open this door. Kick it in.
Get out of here.
Can't hide behind that door.
Just get out.
You think you're ever gonna do?
You're not here anymore.
You're not here anymore.
No, you're not here anymore. She's done. She's over you. She's already done this. She's gone.
Chris, that's my wife.
No, look, man.
That's my wife,
No,
buddy.
I don't know. You're gone. Don't worry about it.
You're gone.
You're done.
You're gone.
No, get out of here. Everybody, get out of here. Everybody, get the out of here now. Get out of here.
Get out! No!
Let me in the house.
Get
away from me.
Everybody, get out.
Get out!
Out of here right now.
No! Get off of him! Get off of him! Stop it!
No!
You don't
This
touch me
isn't us anymore. This is not
You don't
us.
touch me anymore.
This is not your
You're
house.
never allowed
Get
to
the
touch me
out.
ever again.
Get out!
I'll never
Get out.
touch you the way I used to touch you.
Get out!
Get out of here.
Get out!
You?
Just go.
You're in my house telling me to get out?
Just
Can you
go.
This isn't his house anymore. You turned it into a
just go.
whorehouse.
Just go.
You're a terrible
No.
person.
No, just
That's
go.
disgusting.
You!
Get out of here.
Stop it!
Get out of here. No.
Hold on. You're getting out of here.
Get out of here.
You're getting out of here.
No, just go. Darren, just go. Everybody, go. Everybody's out.
Darren, let's get away from
Yes. I just want to leave.
I don't care. Get out of here.
Hey, don't touch that camera.
Get out of here.
Jennifer, come on. Just leave it. Don't worry about it.
After the confrontation, Darin concedes his marriage is demolished. Stay tuned as Cheaters reveals his future plans. But now, Nick McBride comes to Cheaters to explain himself in connection with the night he was busted with his brother's girlfriend on Cheaters.
You know, she actually saw it first. And I know they say women got that sixth sense. And she saw it first, and I was just really like chilling. But when I seen him come up the steps, I'm like, oh man, I'm busted. You know what I'm saying? I'm caught. And man, he ran over there. He was talking to her. You know, I guess I was just trying to get away from the scene. You know what I'm saying? Maybe hide into a corner or something. But that tall dude that stopped me and started asking me all these questions, and oh boy, kind of kicked me in my chest. You know, and I think that sparked up a little anger, so we had to just go ahead and box that one out. He's not talking to me, and she's not talking to either one of us. So, you know, in the end, you know, everybody really just lost. And that's another reason why that's just not really worth it. But, you know, I try every day to call him, talk to him, you know, see if I can get him to answer the phone or whatever. But, you know, the only thing I can do is try to make it up to him, man, because I can't take it back, you know.
You mother... I'm right here. I'm gonna deal with your fat ass, mother... Fat ass. Right? Bitch.
I really do love my brother. He's the only one I got. And it's just not worth that part missing, you know. And he's just right down the street. You can't even see him, you know. You know, you can't call him. You can't go to his house. You can't, you know, invite him to nothing. You can't kick it with him, you know, all behind a piece of, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what they say. Some men let they think for them, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a good drink and a stiff, you know, gets you in trouble.
Darin is conflicted by the affair. He knows he's complicit in the downfall of his marriage. However, he's having issues with forgiving his family, both his former wife as well as his brother. Darin is now going to counseling to find strength to move beyond the disaster. When contacted by Cheaters producers, Jennifer Gaffney discounted everything spoken by her ex-husband. She says, "Darin wasn't the guy for me. At first, I thought I wanted a solid guy who could make me smile. You know, someone safe and stable. But there was no passion." Chris Gaffney refused to give any pertinent information about his affair,
If you don't get your programming from Goldstein's, why, we'll both lose money.